the specialness of this universe goes away if it's one of a grand collection of possibilities.
No, yeah.
If I went into a shop and they had a sports jacket in just my size, I'd feel pretty special. I'd feel pretty chuffed about that. If I discovered that actually they'd gone into the back and picked from a billion different possible suit jacket sizes, I'd be a little disappointed by that. I'd be kind of upset. Do you feel a bit nihilistic at the prospect that it seems amazing, everything is perfectly tuned for us, but actually maybe not. Maybe we just happen to be in one of billions of universes.
That's it, little child.
I guess that's not where my self-worth comes from.
We found it.
I sort of don't look at the specialness of the universe or my place within that
I said nothing,
universe.
Man.
Rather, what fires me up is the fact that a collection of particles called a human brain, which is all that we are, collections of particles, can coalesce through an evolutionary dynamics to yield a structure that can think and feel and love and emote and create and illuminate and figure out quantum mechanics and figure out general relativity and come up with the idea of a multiverse and describe black holes and predict the magnetic moment of the electron. And that, to me, is the amazing thing, that matter, not infused with any divine force, not, in my view, structured by some divine plan, can, through the bare laws of physics, come together and do what it does.
It's definitely marvelous. I do think it sort of doesn't offer consolation in the way that feeling special does, because I feel like oftentimes people conflate the idea of something being amazing with something being like meaningful. You know, people like to say things like, okay, I believe that there is just the universe, but when I look at a beautiful night sky, I'm filled with awe and wonder, and that might be true, but it doesn't fill you with that sense of belonging in the same way. If anything, like, one person looks at the universe and thinks it's so grand and so brilliant that, man, I slot right into this, and they find their sense of belonging. Whereas some people look at the universe, they look at the same thing and they say, gosh, this is also big, and I'm just in a tiny little random neighborhood, like, oh, I have no place here, I'm just randomly here. Like, which of those do you identify with more?
Both.
When you look at the universe?
They're both true.
Right.
I mean, I fundamentally
It's always a 1 in 4 chance you'll find it.
There is no cosmic purpose. There is no cosmic meaning. I do believe, and I'm open, as we discussed, to other ideas ultimately replacing this perspective if it made sense and if there was evidence, but I fundamentally believe that we are the product of physical processes and that we are physical structures.